I think everyone has a friend who thinks that buying a new car is an investment. Where are we going, Roman?
To pick up our new truck. Like this one, but bigger.
Buzzing with anticipation like kids on Christmas morning, they still had to go through a couple formalities, way less exciting than this. And when you buy a new car, the first thing you need to set up, it's not the driver's seat nor the rear view mirrors, it's a stereo. And in Toyota they made it incredibly complicated.
That takes enormous amount of time. I think they just figured the connection with the phones.
After charming Mark and MJ were ready to let us go, we had one more important stop this day to do. To properly welcome new car in its new home.
After we had a glass of champagne for this occasion, my friend got a bit of a handshake. And before we can take it to the road comes the part that everyone loves, the unboxing. With exfoliating done,
we finally can see interior in its unadulterated glory. 12.3 inches digital gauge cluster that you can precisely set up for your liking, and 14-inch multimedia screen. That's how they sell premium. In standard, you get a ridiculous 8-inch screen in a 14-inch housing, 10-speaker JBL premium audio with a flex speaker that is always charged when you need it, wireless charger, 360 overview with a front-facing selfie camera. And I want to give special attention to the available options to ventilate this little cabin. Besides the power windows and sunroof, you get this motorized prison window on the back. I found technical diagram of how beneficial it is. Air can pass through the entire cabin, having very convenient exit on the back. And if that's not enough, you can air your pelvis with ventilated Softex seats.
did you hear that? I've checked. There is no Italians who could take responsibility for this DIY looking design, but this is actually a product of genius engineering in Toyota that allows them to have mixed production on a single assembly line, which brings costs down. And as Toyota well known for their care about environment, they've decided not to cover all this mess with a petroleum-based plastic cover.
Here's almost unobstructed view of 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine that produces 278 horsepower with a 317 pound-feet of torque, paired with 8-speed automatic transmission for best fuel efficiency with uphill-downhill logic. All this power can tow up to 6,300 pounds.
Off-road features include electronically locking rear differential, Bilstein shocks, multi-terrain select, crawl control that helps to get through rough terrain on low speeds, skid plates also included with premium, as well as 18-inch alloy rims with all-terrain tires. And to get out of the sticky situation, 2 recovery hooks on the front. This car can climb up to 35-degree incline, but as we are in a flat part of Canada, and to get to the closest hill we'll get 6 hours. You just gotta trust me on that one. I am 6 foot tall, as this car But this car still falls under the category mid-size truck. Perhaps when Canada will be 1,500 years old and will provide young couples with a nurturing environment to grow population instead of stressful survival for the name of rent, mid-size truck will look more like this. But with this being mid-size truck, Tacoma doesn't have any problems with navigating through the downtown or finding parking spots in the city.
I have very little tolerance to those people who are driving 40 and a 60 zone without any obvious reasons to do that.
I think I found a solution for that. Probably not very legal and also not very reliable, unlike Toyota Tacoma. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.